rock glaciers outnumber those other ice features by about 2 to 1.
To the untrained eye, a rock glacier can look just like a rock slide. But he says there is a difference in shape.
The landslides are more just stuff falls and it scatters. Rock glaciers have this, the front of them, which is the geologic term, is that it's over-steepened.
Lots of people who ski and hike in western mountains may have seen rock glaciers without realizing it. Kendall Becker says she's sure she did.
Without doubt, yes. Because I had done a fair amount of hiking and I didn't know they existed. I was just unfamiliar with the concept completely.
Rock glaciers have barely been studied by scientists. And Hotaling says they've been largely overlooked by officials who manage water resources, even though these buried hunks of ice are effectively a huge stash of water. Utah alone has 800 of these glaciers. One of them feeds this stream we step over.
And we know that because we've looked at satellite imagery and traced where this comes from. And it's very clearly a rock glacier feature to the west of us.
After hiking for hours, we finally reach the lake. The elevation here is about 10,000 feet. The lake is an eerie blue oval surrounded by bare mountain peaks. We follow a mossy stream up through a field of boulders, and looming above the boulders is a steep wall of what looks like loose rock. It's about 80 feet tall. This is the front of the rock glacier. Somewhere under the rock is ice.
I would love to have a magic wand that I could wave over every rock glacier and immediately know how much ice is in it.
Hotaling says the inside of this glacier could look like a layer cake, with layers of rock and ice that built up over time. Or maybe it's one big ice hunk that got covered by, say, 10 feet of heavy rocks.
We can't just go up there and start moving rocks and get to the ice with our bare hands.
Instead, he goes up there looking for natural crevasses. If he's lucky, he'll find a spot where one has shifted rocks and exposed the ice, so he can nab it.
You just pick your way through the boulders.
He's got the chainsaw ready to carve some out, but no luck. What these researchers can study today is the water in the stream flowing out from under this glacier. They've got a depth gauge, a temperature sensor. The water's almost freezing, 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Hotaling can't find a stick, so he uses his bare hands to mix a specific amount of salt in a bucket of water.
A lot of cold sensations in that, so we switch hands. Why have 2 hands?
He dumps the salty water in the stream. They then track how long it takes for this salt to move past a sensor placed downstream. This is to measure the stream's flow. Their overall goal is to better understand how much water comes out of rock glaciers and what's in it. Because here's the thing. As the climate warms, rock glaciers seem to be less affected than other kinds of ice. They're insulated by all that rock and rubble.
They give people a little bit of climate hope. These things actually seem to be holding steady